today our presentation is about demography and Japan, challenges and solutions for business. To make our presentation easy to follow, we have divided it into four parts. First of all, we will explain why demography is important for businesses and introduce the demography transition model. Next, we will examine Japan's current demography situation and the challenges it creates. After that, we will discuss three possible solutions. Finally, we will recommend the solution that our gut believes is the more effective and explain why. So, let's begin by understanding what demography actually means. Demography is the study of population, including its size, age, texture, and how it changes over time. More importantly, demography change directly influence how businesses operate because they affect workers, customers, and economic performance. To begin with, demography affects workforce availability when the working age population becomes smaller. Companies face labor shortage and find it more difficult to recruit skilled employees. Furthermore, demography influences customer demand. The population is spending pattern also change. Businesses may need to produce more healthcare goods and elderly services, while demand for goods at younger customer decreases. In addition, demography change affect economic growth. Shrinking workforce usually means lower productivity, less innovation, and slower economic development. So, demography changes are extremely important because they influence the supply for workers and the demand for goods and services. Now, let's look at what causes population to change. There are three main drivers. The first is the birth rate, which refers to the number of children born. The second is the death rate, which is closely related to healthcare and life expectancy. The third is migration, meaning people moving into out of the country. Together, these three factors determine whether a population growth remains stable or declines. Having understood why demography matter, let's now move on to the demography transition model, or DTM. The DTM explains how a country's population change is become more economically developed. It consists of five stages. In stage 1, birth rate and death rates are high, so population growth is very slow. Next, in stage 2, death rate begin to fall because healthcare, sanitation, and nutrition improve. However, birth rate remained high, causing rapid population growth. Moving on to stage 3, birth rates also begin to decline as education improves. Women join the workforce and families choose to have fewer children. In stage 4, both birth rates and death rates are low, creating a stable population. Finally, in stage 5, birth rates fall below the replacement level, leading to population decline and population aging. One key point is that the DTM really shows the relationship between economic development and demography change. As countries become wealthier, healthcare improves, so people live longer and death rate remain low. At the same time, higher education, urbanization, and women participation in the workforce encourage families to have fewer children. As a result, economically developed countries often experience aging populations and declining birth rates. Japan is a perfect example because it has now reached stage 5. With that understanding, I now hand over to my teammate who will explain Japan demography situation in more detail. Japan is facing one of the most serious demographic challenges in the world. The country population is around 120 million, but it has been declining for many years. One of the main reasons is the very low birth rate, which is about 1.2 children per woman, far below the replacement level of 2.1. At the same time, Japanese people are living much longer. The average life expectancy is about 85 years, making Japan one of the countries with the highest life expectancy in the world. Today, almost 30% of Japan population in age 65 or older. According to population projection, Japan population may decrease from about 127 million in 2004 to around 64 million by the year 200. These demographic changes are creating significant challenge for both the government and businesses. Companies must deal with fewer workers, changing customer demand, and increasing social welfare costs. The first challenge is labor shortage. As the working age population continues to shrink, many industries cannot find enough employees. Sectors such as healthcare, construction, agriculture, and hospitality are especially affected. The second challenge is a shrinking customer market, with fewer young people and a declining population. There are fewer consumers buying products and services. This reduces business revenue and limit opportunity for growth. Another challenge is rising welfare costs. Since around 30% of the population is elderly, the government has to spend much more money on pension, healthcare, and elderly care. This creates financial pressure on both the public and private sector. Finally, Japan faces lower GDP growth. A smaller workforce means lower productivity and less innovation. As a result, Japan's economy grows more slowly compared to many other developed countries. These challenges show why demographic change is not only a social issue but it's also an important business issue. One possible solution is to increase the birth rate. The main advantage is that this is a long-term and sustainable solution. If more children are born today, they will become future workers, taxpayer, and customer. This will help solve labor shortage and support long-term economic growth. It can also strengthen families and social stability. However, there are also some disadvantages. First, the impact is very low. Baby born today will take around 20 to 30 years before entering the workforce. Second, raising children in Japan is very expensive. Many young couples worry about housing, education, and childcare costs, so they decided to have fewer children or no children at all. Finally, although the Japanese government has introduced financial support and childcare policies, these measures have had limited success because changing people's lifestyle and many decisions is very difficult. Therefore, increasing fertility is an important strategy, but it cannot solve Japan's demographic problem by itself.
Japan's high labor shortage because of its aging population and low birth rate. Immigration can help by bringing more workers to the country. Increases the workers fill important jobs and bring my new skills and ideas. However, there are challenging such as language barriers, cultural differences, and public conscience. Of Overall, immersion is a useful solution if it's managed well. Uh, our third solution is technology and robotics. Japan is a world leader to robotics. Robots are used in factories, hospitals, and elderly care to improve productivity. However, robots cannot replace human care and communication. They are also expensive too. Technology should be combined with other solutions. In conclusion, Japan demographics success needs more than one solution. Immersion can reduce labor shortage, and technology can improve productivity together with family friendly policies. Their stages can help Japan building a stronger economy and a better future. Thank you for my listen. Is that on?